Hi, I'm Father Brian Brooks, and the pastor of the Church of St. Benedict here in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and here to offer today's reflection for Thursday, August the 13th. Now, on the Catholic calendar, we have an optional memorial for not one but two saints, like a two-for-one special, look at it that way. And very interesting, their life together. They were contemporaries. Saint Pontian, get my names right, Saint Pontian and Hippolytus. Very interesting, their story. Hippolytus was well known as a priest in the city of Rome. He had a great deal to do with the liturgy and the prayer of the church. It's basically thought that the second Eucharistic prayer that we use to this day has him as one of the basic authors. Now, there was a great controversy going on in the life of the church at their time, and we're talking around the year 217, 220, something like that. So in the early life of the church, we have not one but two guys claiming to be Pope. They claim to be a successor to St. Peter the Apostle. There had been a rift that had gone on before that. Hippolytus was of the idea that the Pope at that time was too lenient on those who had repented of a particular sin, was too lenient in welcoming them back. He was a bit more on the rigorous side, when we put it that way. So he basically declares that that Pope at that time, Pope Callistus, was not a valid Pope, and basically arranged that he becomes a rival Pope, or what we call an anti-Pope. He was the first, but unfortunately not the last anti-Pope we've had in the history of the Church. Now this goes on for about 20 years. Usually by confusion that caused amongst people. What happens after Pope Callistus is martyred? There's another person, a man is like to take his place, Pontian. Both Pontian and Hippolytus wind up being arrested by the Roman Emperor, and they're sent basically to be slaves working in mines on the island of Sardinia. They reconcile. Hippolytus renounces his claim of being the legitimate successor of St. Peter, and therefore that rift, that schism in the church is healed. Both men die as martyrs, not directly being put to death, but basically they die because of the mistreatment they're suffering, basically as slaves in these mines. So it's very interesting that Hippolytus is the only anti-pope that we have that the church has recognized as a saint, because of that need to reconcile and to heal, bring healing and unity in the church. So today's reflection actually comes from some of his own words. This meditation of the day. And Hippolytus dies in the year 236 AD. Spreading the compassion of the King. The Holy Gospel clearly proclaims the Son of Man will gather together all nations. He will separate people one from another as a shepherd separates sheep from goats. The sheep he will place at his right hand, the goats at his left. Then he will say to those at his right, "Come, my Father's blessed ones, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. Come, you lovers of poor people and strangers. Come, you who fostered my love, for I am love. Come, you who shared peace, for I am peace. Come, my Father's blessed ones, inherit the kingdom prepared for you, who did not make an idol of wealth, who gave alms to the poor, help to orphans and widows, drink to the thirsty, and food to the hungry. Come, you who welcomed strangers, clothed the naked, visited the sick, comforted prisoners, and assisted the blind. Come, you who kept the seal of faith unbroken, who were swift to assemble in the churches, who listened to my scriptures, longed for my words, observed my law day and night, and like good soldiers, shared in my suffering because you wanted to please me, your heavenly King. Come, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. Look, my kingdom is ready. Paradise stands open. My immortality is displayed in all its beauty. Come now, all you, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. Enjoy forever the gifts of my heavenly Father and of the most holy and life-giving Spirit. What tongue can describe those blessings? Eye has not seen, nor ear heard, nor human heart conceived what God has prepared for those who love him. So God bless you, and keep you safe.